Okay, everyone, to another episode of On the Wrist from Off the Cuff. Today I have two really cool finds for you guys from Amazon. Make sure you check the links in the description. I reviewed QWATCH rolls before, and these are two new releases that I saw and pretty much instantly had to add to cart so I could share these with you guys. I've reviewed some pretty high-end stuff, high dollar, some low dollar stuff. And I really feel like these are kind of right in that sweet spot where you're getting great quality for not too much money. Are there going to be more nicer, more luxurious options out there? Absolutely. Are there going to be cheaper options out there? Absolutely. But I think when it comes to bang per buck, these really kind of speak for themselves, and I'm looking forward to highlighting them for you. A little bit about QWATCH. They were founded originally out of Sydney, Australia, but only just recently moved into the US market. Their products are done through a renowned Swiss design firm. Materials are sourced globally, with main production completing in Sydney. There's definitely more products and designs to come, and these are some of their more recent ones. So we'll be checking out the 6-watch roll travel case below here, and then on top is actually going to be the double travel pouch. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive in. So what do you guys think? Should we get into kind of the smaller one, the larger one? Okay, let's get into the larger one first because it's the big cool one, as you can see here. So the nice thing is this is actually a continuation of their kind of hexagon shaped watch roll, but as you can see, it's much larger. So this actually holds 6 pieces, guys. Check that out. Ooh, hit the tripod there. This thing's so massive. But one thing I really love is, check that out. So not anything going to waste when it comes to this lid. It's actually a great workspace. So let's say you're changing, you need to change some links out, whatever, work on your watch. You can basically pull it out here and bam, you have a little workspace, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, there's not too many tricks to this when it comes to the way that this is going to work. There's 6 pieces and it holds them well, and there's a good amount of space in between. Check that out. So when it comes to taking these in and out, it's not like you have to worry about one kind of scuffing the other or anything like that. Sorry, kind of weird to reach around the tripod base. So you can see there's still a good amount of clearance, even when you're going like this. So let's take a look at that. So you can see tons of clearance. I'm not worried about that clasp or anything scratching against the crystal behind it. Now, in terms of the watches that are going to be here kind of on display, these are some of my favorite micro brand watches under $1,000. I have been planning to kind of do more of a segment highlight on these and things within this category. So here's kind of, I guess you could call it a sneak peek. Let me give this a quick little dust off for you. So some great options from Traska, Baltic, Mitch Mason, Zelos, Helios, and Notice. I mean, when it comes to under $1,000, these are such huge kind of bang per buck propositions, and some of them are not. Yeah, actually, I guess none of them are really close to $1,000 in cost, which is the crazy thing. That a lot of these are closer to $500 than they are to $1,000, and they're awesome. And so let them kind of be the nice example as we kind of go through this here for a couple minutes. Now let's check out this little pouch, which really surprised me. I thought this was really cool. We open it up. We get 2 flaps again. You get kind of workspace, which is great, which I can appreciate. And then in each pouch, you actually get 2 different sizes. So if you have a smaller wrist or a larger wrist, you can decide which one you're going to use. And now some of you are like, what does that even mean now? So check it out. We take this and then we say, okay, we're going to store this in here. I have kind of a larger wrist. So I say, hey, I'll use this larger one. Slide that in now, and there you have it. I just think that's really smart. And then if you have a smaller wrist, you can use this little guy and it will actually kind of keep it extended more. The whole point is to kind of keep the back of the bracelet off of the back of the case, and even just off of the, you know, the links on the back, so they're not scratching or bumping into each other. Nice thing about this Traska here though is that it does have a scratch resistant coating, which is really great. So while we have all these goodies kind of all laid out here, why don't I take a look at my notes and get into some of the finer details to make sure that I cover everything. So the 6-watch roll travel case, you know, in that hexagon shape, this bad boy right here goes for about $180. So I think $179.95 on Amazon Prime. So links in the description there. So if you're an Amazon Prime member, then you know you can get this delivered like in 2 days, which is great. Genuine leather outer with that nice velvety interior, which is fantastic. You get that innovative kind of lid shape, the integrated display mat, work mat. You know, again, it's not wasted. It's not like you just pop the lid off and you're trying to get rid of it. The nice thing is you can pop this lid off and all of a sudden, bam, you have an outstanding workspace to just, you know, bust out the tools, whatever they may be, and work on your watch, let's say, right? Why not? And then let's see what else. The M-shaped pillows. Let's get into those. So let's take this Baltic out here. I just love the vintage aesthetic here. Baltic's actually coming out. Sneak peek. I guess it's not a peek because I'm not going to show you guys. But they're releasing an updated diver that's pretty exciting. That's more on the modern side. And hopefully I'll be able to secure one to showcase for you guys, because this is a brand that I've had my eye on for a long time. And they finally started just kind of having stock more readily available. But I'm a big, you know, there's something about this. The way they execute a theme that I can really appreciate. Let me just give it a quick wipe here. So you can see definitely more on the vintage aesthetic, although they are using modern materials like sapphire for that bezel insert and crystal, that beautifully domed crystal. They don't apply any type of anti-reflective because they do want to kind of capture that glossy, you know, aesthetic, which just really goes with this beautiful beads of rice bracelet. But by the M shape here, as you can see, you're getting that so it's compressible. Even for me with my larger kind of 7.5, 7.25 inch wrist, you're still going to get some level of compression, and it's nice so you don't have anything loose hanging off. And if you have a smaller wrist than me, which chances are you do, you'll be able to get some compression out of this and keep it nice and secure, so you're not going to get a lot of lateral play. Let's say while you're, you know, traveling, and say you put this in your bag, which it'll be pretty heavy if you're putting mechanical timepieces in there, but if you did, it'd be great. And then honestly, this doesn't even, although it's versatile enough for travel, this is actually just fantastic for like home storage. Like, yeah, it's not, you know, super rough and tumble with like a glass pane for display or anything like that, but I really dig this for an at-home solution in terms of your storage, and it's like very accessible. You know, again, that usable, I can just throw my spring bar tool on there and get it going. And then of course you do have the other option for something that's going to be a little bit smaller. This is really great, I think, if you're going to be doing any type of traveling. This is just like set it and forget it. Like, it's perfect, and you can trick yourself into saying I only need to bring 2 watches. Maybe I'll bring 1 diver and 1 kind of everyday watch, or, you know, 1 sports watch and 1 dress watch, or something like that, right? Which I think is great. And then now you're going to get this great real estate on, let's say you're staying in a hotel or Airbnb. You can have this laid out really nice, and you can just, you know, you can even take one of these out, right? And let's say, okay, come on guys, you know, this is one of really, just in terms of value for money, they're hard to get, don't get me wrong guys, but my goodness, if you can get your hands on one, please do yourself a favor. Oh, actually, you know what, let me give it a quick wipe here off camera, but they're actually discontinuing. I think these fall under kind of their Series 1 line, and they'll be doing Series 2, which will have some improvements. So even more fun from that standpoint. But check that out. You lay it out there. Great little work area. You can reclip this closed. You can put things out. You can lay out, you know, say you have you're traveling and you got your little pocket knife with you or something like that. Boom, there you go. There's just a lot of different options. You could throw your wallet, whatever. If you have a really nice EDC pen, like this special edition here, as you can see, commemorative We the People from Urban Survival Gear. My goodness, you want to take that and just lay it out with your gear, your keys, whatever it may be. You know, now you have a little bit of workspace, which I think is really cool. So the double travel watch pouch, I think still very high value at about $60. So $57.95 on Amazon Prime. Links in the description. Prices can fluctuate from depending on when you're watching this, or even when I'm recording it. Who knows? Maybe the price changed while I was recording this, but very reasonably priced considering what you're getting. Again, you are getting two options. So if you do have a smaller wrist, you can still protect your watch quite well, or you just have a backup at the end of the day. So if you're somebody that loses stuff, it's always nice to have a little extra. So that's fantastic. Instead of making you choose, it's great that they just throw them both in there. I thought that was a really nice touch. You're getting the genuine leather outer, you're getting that beautiful velvety interior, and then of course the inserts. You're getting multiple inserts. You're getting two in each pouch, so you're still going to get two more in here, guys. Check that out. Nice little surprise. I don't even think that they advertised that on the listing. I think it's just, oh, you cool, you get one, but there's two in there, and hopefully they keep selling them with two, because I think that's really, really cool. Yeah, and for about $60, again, guys, like, are there more expensive options? Yes. Holy smokes, yes, there are. Are there cheaper options? Absolutely. There are $60 options that are going to be huge watch rolls with, you know, this, and that. But when it comes to something more compact, I really love the versatility, right? You got two big ends of the spectrum. Something small, you can carry two, but still, you know, in a considering the package, you're getting, again, that nice workspace, that nice little kind of, hey, I can throw this on top of a desk, on top of a nightstand, and it's going to work really great. Or you have this big beast of right here as a whole and say, hey, look, I'm going to be going to a watch meet. I want to lay these out. I'm going to lay some other stuff out, maybe in another case, this and that. You can have them laid out here. Maybe somebody takes off their watch, they put it down here, they pick up one of your watches. It just gives you a lot of versatility. And, you know, in terms of like kind of the social side of the watch hobby, I thought that was really cool, especially, again, now from the travel side. I mean, I have a lot of watches. I don't know if I'm going to travel with 6 watches for me to wear personally. I feel like that's a bit much, but some of you might be even more eccentric than I, and you might be thinking like, yeah, I will travel with 6. I'll take a 5-day trip, and I still want to have kind of my pick of the litter. And that's cool, because you could bring something like this, and then again, you get the great workspace, you lay your stuff out, you do that pocket dump, you dump your wallet, your keys, your cool pens and knives and all that stuff, and you have a little space for it. You have a spot for your watches, maybe your wife's wedding rings, your stuff. You have a nice little layout spot, which I think is really cool. So, you know, I guess overall, I love the kind of great balance. Again, that sweet spot between quality and price point. Again, this isn't the most highly touted, you know, okay, this is the most luxurious, highly executed. It's not, but for the price, $180, 6 watch case, right? That already in itself is tough. It's tough to find stuff out there that'll hold 6, let alone hold 6, providing you with the plush materials, this and that, you know, the M shape here on the cushions, which is something that I prefer in terms of just having more stability for the watches while they are in transit, while they're moving around in motion, whether you're taking it in and out of a backpack or a duffel bag or, you know, a hardcore suitcase. You're going to have a lot of options there, guys. Closing thoughts, very high value offerings for travel. Also, I think, again, it's one thing to highlight. This works great for home storage, and then definitely very flexible options depending on scale. You can get this also in like a 1, a 2, or a 3, and then you also get 6, right? For the roll, you can get this in a little 2 pouch. I really dig this design. I'm not saying they invented it. You know, I don't think that at all. I'm sure there are similar products out there, guys, but in terms of balancing that quality with the price point, I gotta say I'm very, very impressed with these options from QWATCH. They continuously impress me, so I kind of every once in a while will just go ahead and check on their site, and I'll search their stuff on Amazon, just because, hey, you know, it's Amazon. It's very convenient. I'm already paying for it, so in terms of getting like expedited shipping and stuff, it's very, very convenient from that standpoint. Take a look at this, guys. Nice stitching, nice little embossed section there. It's very clean, feels nice, doesn't feel rubbery or plastic. You know, this is nice. I mean, it's not super high-end leather by any means, but it's nice. It doesn't feel cheap, but I will say the cost for, you know, a little less than 60 bucks, I mean, you're getting a lot of plushness and design and material for that much. I mean, that's I don't know, like that's a good deal to me. But let me know in the comments below if you guys have any gems you found that really work for you, or maybe you guys have some experiences with these pieces, hopefully some good ones. I've had really good experiences thus far. And then you take a look at this big bad boy here and check that out. Look at the buttons, everything lines up beautifully when it's closed. Very nice, guys. Again, this works on top of a nightstand. This doesn't necessarily just have to be for travel. It's nice. I dig it. Check that out. It's clean. It's flat. It's not going anywhere. I mean, this is really cool. And again, it's not the biggest. It's not the smallest. It's not the cheapest. It's not the most expensive. Again, this isn't, you know, everything at once. It's not, but you know what it is, it's balanced, it's affordable. It's not, I mean, you think about it, right? At least it's holding 6, guys. You can spend over 180 bucks on stuff that'll hold 1, that'll hold 2, 3. This will hold 6. This is the equivalent of 2 rolls. You know, and it's in a design that I think is great. You could buy a bunch of these. They'd be stackable because they're flat. So yeah, this probably won't be my last one of these right here. And then of course this little guy here was, for me, the really cool surprise. Like, I knew this was going to be good because I had already experienced the smaller version, the 3-watch kind of hexagonal roll. This one right here was like the pleasant surprise for me, because this was just how plush everything was, how well it was designed, just the extra materials, kind of giving you that workbench kind of vibe. I just thought that was awesome. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like the video, please do it like. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks, guys.